It's a new day and a new month as well. Time for another new edition of Litter Media Live on this September 2nd of 2025. With the icon Mike Smith, I'm Dan Ramey. Good to have you here. Aaron Glandon is off to our immediate left, and we're ready to tell you what's happening across the Scioto Valley. Good stuff.
Also a milestone day in history, and we'll wrap that up for you later in the broadcast.
It is a milestone?
Yeah.
I've not looked ahead yet. So. It is another beautiful day as far as weather's concerned, but another dry day.
Yeah, we need a little rain, and that's not probably going to get to us until late in the afternoon on Wednesday, more likely on Thursday, but in the meantime, more sunshine, high in the upper 70s for today and most of the day on Wednesday. As we said, a better chance of rain on Thursday, but a slight chance of an afternoon or early evening shower on Wednesday. A little cooler on Thursday with a high 71.
I think this is week 3 that we have not cut the grass at the Ramey Ranch. It's just been too dry to do.
Yeah, I did do that last week because we did have a brief shower. Didn't give us much, but
yeah.
You know, I was out in Frankfort yesterday, and I saw Mike Smith doing yard work.
Well, Laura was doing most of the yard work.
Mike didn't look like he was doing much. He had a hose in his hand.
I was just watering the flowers for Mrs. Smith, which we got more of yesterday down in Cynthiana.
Coach said, "You're on hose duty, buddy. Get over there."
Get over there, yeah.
Water boy.
That's my story.
Yeah, and he's sticking to it. Coming up, a look at news on the way next. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. If there's a problem with the heating, if there's a problem with the cooling, if it's too wet and you just aren't having plumbing work the way it's supposed to, you need to contact Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com, and it takes you right to their website, accuratehvac.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc. Minimally invasive spinal surgery got him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old. Littermedia.com is where you can go to find a lot of the stories we're going to share with you today, but we also encourage you to go to our social media, such as like right now, you're watching us on our Facebook page, if you're watching us live, and you'll be able to find us on YouTube, Spotify, and a whole lot more, all in the upper right-hand corner of littermedia.com.
Who says county fair season is over? Not me. The Highland County Fair is underway in Hillsborough. That event, which got underway over the weekend, it's always the week of Labor Day, in case you didn't know, and it runs through this Saturday, September the 6th.
That was one of the first county fairs I got to go to in radio.
Is that right?
Yeah, when I was working down in West Union. And so I cut my teeth on Pike County. I had only been to the Pickaway County Fair 2 times that I remember as a kid.
Wow.
And because we just didn't participate in 4-H or anything like that. And Mom and Dad were always working, and I was stuck in the house, basically.
Yeah.
So
No cotton candy for Dan.
But then radio comes along, and then it's like it's in your blood.
Yeah, you are there.
You have to be there, no question. Circleville Utilities Department begins their annual flushing of fire hydrants today. And this process will take place over the next 1 to 2 weeks. And areas of wet pavement on roadways, it will look very strange because it's been so dry. And but it will be normal during these times. So don't panic when you say, "Did I miss a rain shower?" No, you merely missed the hydrant flushing.
Next up, Bark in the Park.
Oh, you wanted me to talk about Bark in the Park?
Yeah, you were going to talk about this.
Bark in the Park raised $16,000, and a lot of cars and a lot of folks were very happy. And I tell you, to see the car enthusiasts come out for this and help support the Ross County Humane Society is always a big win. And Jen Thomas shared with us on our Facebook page the craziness of running a car show, but in the same respect, how wonderful it was, because this is a great shot in the arm for their budget each and every year. So it takes close to $500,000 to run them each year. Wow. So anything you can do to help out, please do so for the Ross County Humane Society.
Our good buddy Teresa Reap of the Daughters of the American Revolution Nathaniel Massey chapter was our special edition guest this morning. She discussed plans locally for the coming year to promote America's 250th anniversary and an exclusive word about a special free video that'll be shown in Chillicothe September 20th.
The American Constitution is a documentary, but not just a documentary. I mean, there are historical actors playing Washington, Madison, Monroe, Hamilton. But this is a 90-minute film that's going to be released on PBS in 2026. Wow. And to promote it, it is being premiered across the United States. Great. And Chillicothe is one of those places.
How about that?
So we are really, really excited about that. It's going to be at the auditorium at Ohio University Chillicothe.
And there's a lot more information that will be coming out about plans for the big celebration of America's 250th anniversary. So this is the place to be watching or listening to Litter Media to get that info as it comes out in days and weeks to come.
Mm-hmm. Big weekend is ahead for the bands. Talking about the Battle of the Bands, it's on Friday. All these kids will be out at a football game on a Friday night, maybe a contest on Saturday, but this is the one where you get the opportunity to get a trophy early. It is the 17th annual Battle of the Bands, Friday, September 5th. Starts at 9:30 in the morning on the school's main campus. 9 partner school marching bands. We're talking Adena, Huntington, Southeastern, Chillicothe, Circleville, Zane Trace, Unioto, Paint Valley, and Westfall. Compete in front of the Pickaway Ross students, staff, and families. And the students from Pickaway Ross vote to determine the winner, who receive the traveling trophy and have their school's name added to the plaque. And there you see the Chillicothe Cavaliers. I believe they have won it back to back. Formerly Michelle Carpenter, the band director there, she and Nick, this is Tehran. She's now Michelle Tehran, there with Jonathan Davis, superintendent of PRCTC, and the proud holders of that trophy.
That's a nice sized trophy.
It is a nice sized trophy. I wonder if they drink Kool-Aid out of that after they win.
Or like the Stanley Cup, they let every band member take it home for a day.
But I tell you, if Chillicothe wins it again, watch for it to be on display Friday night during the Litter Media Game of the Week. We'll talk more about that coming up in sports.
The wait is over. The 2025 Scarecrow Festival weekend schedule has finally been released. Check out the full weekend lineup now and start planning your festival fun for the weekend of September 19th through 21st in downtown Washington Courthouse Nationally known country music's Montgomery Gentry is the headline act on Saturday night of that weekend at 9:30 p.m.
Very cool. And they've got Arena Rock that night, too, on Friday. Looks like a lot of fun. Ross County Health District has started something new. It's a new podcast and a show that discusses community health. And I believe, if I remember correctly, Dr. Chris Brown is on as the first guest for this. The hostess is Sarah Smith. Share the Health. She's the anchor. And she is also the daughter of one Mike Smith. And
Laura.
I have reached out to her and asked if it would be okay if we were to incorporate this podcast on our website. And they said, sure.
Wow,
so
didn't know that.
we will include that as well.
She didn't tell me that.
We wanted to save that as a special surprise for Dad. The show is available on all major podcast platforms that you see there, but soon it will be available on littermedia.com. Why not make littermedia.com the best place to go for all kinds of information?
Like the way that sounds.
There you go.
Robert B. Radcliffe and Lawrence J. Kidd of Jackson have been reappointed by the governor to the One Ohio Recovery Foundation Board. This is for a term that has already gotten underway in August and will end on June 30th of the year 2027. Of course, you might remember Robert was or is the former Pickaway County Sheriff. Mm-hmm. Congratulations.
And Governor DeWine was also busy over in Athens County, helping the kids celebrate the groundbreaking of the new Athens High School, a $69 million project supported by the Ohio Facilities Construction Commission. It's a 3-story, 153,140 square foot facility, which will feature advanced safety measures, including secure entry vestibules, also
Vegetable.
Yeah, I was thinking vegetables, sir. Comprehensive surveillance systems to ensure a safe learning environment. The completion of the new high school will mark the final phase of the Athens City School District's facilities plan that included building 2 new elementary schools, renovating an elementary and a middle school, and demolishing 3 outdated elementary schools. We can tell you that they announced this here, well, a little over a year ago, I think it was, and we had architectural drawings and renderings of that we shared on our program. I don't know if that has changed from what the original plans were. If we track some of that down, we can watch the progress like we've done with Lancaster City Schools, which will be open next year.
I believe that's correct.
Yeah. Sad note to pass along to you. After the close of Tecumseh this past Sunday evening for the final performance for the 2025 season, this fella is the voice that you hear that opens the show and closes the show, Graham Greene. Graham, of course, has been an actor that we have seen many times. He was in The Green Mile. He was in Kevin Costner's Dances with Wolves back in 1990. Thunderheart, Maverick, and also, as we mentioned, The Green Mile. But he voiced the narration portions of Tecumseh. And if you've not been out to see Tecumseh, you've got to wait till next year now. You'll have to wait till next June to see everything start. But we pay tribute this morning to the life of Graham Greene, a wonderful actor and a really nice guy from what I understand. He was Canadian. Didn't realize he was born on an Indian reservation in Canada, and he passed away yesterday at the age of 73 in Toronto. So our thoughts are with his family.
Our road reports in Ross County, a bridge replacement project on County Road 222 between Blacksmith Hill Road and Concord Church Road. All lanes are being maintained, but this project runs through the fall of 2026.
It'll be here before you know it. So, think about all the stuff that's going to happen next year. All that work on Bridge Street's going to be done. And, October of 2026. So looking forward to that. But a big, what was it again? Semi-sesquicentennial?
Semi-sesquiquintennial.
Quintennial. I've left out the quintennial. So, which is 500, right? The quintennial.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be around for that one.
This is our only shot to be there for the halfway point.
Yeah. Of course, the work on Bridge Street will suspend. I don't know if it's at the end of October They just said October.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people will be relieved for at least a couple of months that things will quiet down a little bit out there.
Somebody will say, finally, we can get into this Christmas holiday shopping traffic, and it's not as bad as it was during the construction.
I think the long line of traffic that's coming in and out of the Walmart, they'll have a roundabout finished, I believe, for that.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that works under major stress. Yeah.
And we still have yet to see the work being done downtown in Yaktangi Park and along Water Street and everything, the plans that are to take shape there too. And that's got to be done by the end of next year.
Yeah.
All right. Much to look forward to. But let's get through 2025 first, huh? Coming up in a moment to look at sports. But first, let's tell you about... he's pointing. Why is it whenever we go to this, it freezes up? And it's amazing.
It's like because those prices are frozen in place.
We become suspended in animation of some sort. It's the Skag clearance sale going on now over at Hometown Motors Incorporated, 818 Eastern Avenue in Chillicothe. You'll find them online at hometown-motors.com. You can look there, but I tell you, you want to go in to visit and see the Skag clearance that's going on right now. Skag mowing equipment, you can't beat it. But I'm telling you, these prices are not going to stick around. And once the inventory is gone, the prices go with them. So don't let this opportunity pass by. Give them a call, 740-773-8826. Always good to call ahead. And we tell you that on Monday was yesterday, so they were closed yesterday. But normally on Mondays and Saturdays, they're only open from 10 until 2. But right now, they're open until 5 the rest of this week. So get out and see them at Hometown Motors Incorporated.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Time for sports, and want to throw back real quick, go back to the win for Circleville over Washington Courthouse Friday night. That was our Litter Media Game of the Week last week. You can find some of the extras and things on our website, littermedia.com. Will we have a highlight video?
Up today.
Up today. All right, so that'll be out coming up later sometime today on our YouTube channel. We can tell you that this Friday night we will be at the Obadiah Harris Family Athletic Complex, affectionately known as the O. And yours truly, along with BJ Daly, will be there. We're going to see some Marshall Thundering Herd alumni there this Friday. One in particular is a guy that we know from the Chillicothe Hall of Fame, Jimmy Skinner. He's going to be one of those that will be honored, but some of the teammates for Coach T.J. Harper are coming to the game this coming Friday. They're also going to be recognizing the Little Cavs program and the cheerleaders and everything there too. And then when the team comes running out, it's the debut of fireworks at the O.
All right.
So it's going to fireworks off of the scoreboard, from what we understand. To go along with that, you will also see when the Cavaliers score a touchdown, boom, fireworks. Thank you to the Ohio Pyro Arts Guild, who's doing a lot of that.
Great.
And I think they had 5 sponsors that put some money together to make it happen as well. So it'll be different. So when you hear some booms going on over it, and we hope there's a lot of them going on, that'll mean a Cavalier win this Friday night.
That'd be great. Our Haynes Total Healthcare Center High School scoreboard from the weekend. Adina Volleyball beat Anna, Lehman, and Minster to win the Lehman Labor Day weekend invite on Saturday. Unioto took down Fairfield Union and Chillicothe to claim their Unioto Invitational Tournament title on the same day. So congratulations to them. Other soccer, volleyball action from the weekend, you can find that at littermedia.com on our scoreboard page.
There was a little dust up going up in Columbus this Saturday. And I wanted to see it stay 7-0. I mean, I wanted to see Ohio State get that 14-0 lead, but I would have been cool with a 7-0 score, the way that game was going.
14-0. If we'd have got the interception, which was not an interception, it would have been 14-0.
It would have been that, yeah. But 14-7 the final, and Julian Sayin becomes the first quarterback to defeat a number 1 ranked team in his debut. And, of course, there's always an Ohio State-Michigan connection. Jim Harbaugh, as a quarterback, did that when Michigan beat Miami in 1984. So up next, it's Grambling State.
You know, Grambling used to have a lot of kids that went on and played successfully in the NFL. I don't know that that's been the case in recent years, but back in the day, some of the all-time greats came from Grambling, which is that Louisiana?
It's down south. I can't remember exactly where.
I know when they have their big battle with, I don't know what it is, Louisiana State or something, not state, but Louisiana something.
Louisiana Tech, I think.
They always play in the Superdome at the end of the season as their big game, but I thought that was a cross-state rivalry. Hey, I turned it off when they got behind in the 9th, and Dan said, good thing, because that means if I'm not watching, the Reds will win. And they did it in fantastic style. After giving up 3 in the top of the 9th, they scored 3 in the bottom of the inning. Mr. Marte walked it off with a single.
He was 0 for 4 going into this, I think with 3 strikeouts or something like that.
5-4, and also congrats to their new call-up, Sal Stewart. He singled in his first trip to the plate. But they're hoping that this young man's going to bring some much-needed RBIs. Down at the AAA level, he had 20 homers, 80 RBIs, which I think is more than the Reds have anybody on their team right now. And I thought I saw that he was hitting .335 down there. So he can put the bat on the ball.
I couldn't recall, is he a first baseman?
He's first and or third, and some say that he could even play second.
Well, and that was the thing I wondered about him. But it seems everything we've heard about him has always been he's not big enough or he's not athletic enough, but he's making things happen.
Have you seen him?
I have.
He's big.
But listening to Barry Larkin saying there's so many naysayers about him, and I think part of that probably came because they drafted him so high, and they've stuck with him. But did you see the video of him getting the call up? Mm-hmm. That was pretty cool. How the manager comes over and says, "Can you read this for me in Spanish?" And boom.
I don't know how tall he is, but he's got some girth to him.
Yeah.
Kind of put me in mind, not quite as much so, but a Ron Santo, or what was the kid that played third base for the Dodgers, the Penguin? What was his back in the 70s? They called him the Penguin.
I believe the name is Ron Say.
Say.
Yes.
But Santo was with the Cubs and played third base, and he had a similar build on him too. But Guardians, by the way, did not, after their win in their weekend series over Seattle, did not start out well against the Red Sox yesterday as they fell by the score of 6-4. By the way, the Reds, talking back about them, the Mets won yesterday, so they remain 4 games out of that final wild card spot. When the Reds were going 2-8 over their last 10, the Mets were 6-4, which is a winning record, but that's not runaway stuff. So they had a chance to bury the Reds and didn't. And remember, those two teams still play each other in 3 games down the stretch.
In like this week,
Yeah.
after the Toronto series.
So we'll see how that goes.
All right, coming up in a moment, this date in history.
Litter Quality Propane, custom tank colors and wraps. Find out how a propane tank can be made beautiful at litterpropane.com.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world with multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service, local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
Whenever I first applied for the Archways opportunity, do I have to pay this back? Do I have to do that? Like, is it a loan? And it's not. It's a scholarship. A goal of mine is to graduate college debt-free. If you're a crew member, you get $2,500 a year, and if you're a manager, you get $3,000. And especially if you're going locally to college, like to the branch or something like that, it's really helpful.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
From youth sports to being involved in high school athletics to being involved in things like Walk with a Doc, where doctors come out and educate community members. All the things that happen outside the clinical setting, all the things that happen out in the community, makes us know that Adina really cares about what happens to us, not just on their locations, but what happens in our homes, what happens in our schools, what happens in our community.
Good to see Steve Clever.
Yeah.
Haven't seen him face to face for a while. So thank you. Those are part of the feature that we're sharing with Adina and Adina's, the faces of Adina. Is that correct? Okay. Time for this date in history.
The greatest generation breathed a sigh of relief on this date 80 years ago today. That was the end of the war in the Pacific officially, because that is the signing aboard the USS Missouri when the Empire of Japan puts it on paper, we quit.
And it could have really gotten ugly.
Oh, my.
Really bad.
Yeah. The invasion of Japan would have had to occur if Japan had not surrendered. And it's believed, according to experts at that time, what was going to be codenamed Operation Olympic, which would have been the invasion of the mainland in November of 45. Thank God it didn't have to come to that. They believed that it would have been 10 times more costly in lives on both sides than the Normandy invasion. I mean, put that on paper and take a look at that number. So when people criticize the dropping of 2 atom bombs, which was horrific in and of its own right, it also spared some lives down the stretch.
I recall talking with Missy's grandfather, and he was part of that buildup in the Pacific Ocean at the time. And he said there was 1 million of us ready to go in. Yep. And I just tried to picture that.
Right.
Incredible. So glad that it did not happen.
Yeah.
This date in history. All right, coming up tomorrow, do we have a special edition tomorrow?
Not until
Trying to remember.
Thursday. I think Tiffany is in on Thursday morning, Baldwin.
Yes.
Nothing as of right now on tomorrow. Well, what we were holding it open for, we found out this morning they couldn't make it until the 9th. So,
all right. So we'll be back with a regular program to keep you informed and stuff going on, the good stuff happening across the Scioto Valley. For Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon, I'm Dan Ramey. We'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock on Litter Media Live.